Hello everybody, good evening. Thank you for coming back, or if this is your first time here, welcome. And welcome to my subscribers. I really appreciate you being here. Yesterday I had a problem with my video with recording. My voice kept going in and out. So I am just praying that this works and we can have a much better video. So yesterday I had gone through a walkthrough of this. I won't go through it again because I think you got it. At least that part of it you were able to see and all of that, what I had done. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will be so happy to answer them for you. And the other thing we talked about is this little cutie and how I made it. I had several compliments on it, which thank you so much again, and comments as to how I made it. So I explained yesterday that when I design things or when I make things, unless it's something that I got from another person, then I just kind of take paper, and in this case, it was a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, and then I covered it with paper. So I took the piece of 12 by 12, and I have one right here, so I'll show you. I took the piece of 12 by 12 paper, and you can go back and look at yesterday's video, even though it wasn't very clear with my voice. I took my 12 by 12 piece of paper, and I don't know if this is 12 by 12. It probably isn't. I think I cut this down for something else. But anyway, this is a 12 by 12 piece of paper, okay? So what I did was on that 12 by 12 piece of paper, let's put this over here for now. On that 12 by 12 piece of paper, I did this, okay? So all I did was, this is how it looked, okay? And I'm just going to bend this back a little bit, so in case you want to take a screenshot of it, you can. But it measures 12 inches from top to bottom, 12 inches from side to side, okay? And then what I did was I cut these pieces out, which I don't have those pieces right here. But anyway, I cut these out. And again, you could look at yesterday's video and it will show you exactly the measurements of what I cut out, okay? Because this is going to fold down like this, and then this is going to fold this way, this is going to fold this way, this is going to fold up this way, and then we'll fold this way, okay? And so all I did was, and I'll take out my scoreboard so you can see that. I've filmed this 4 times, so I didn't want to cut up any more paper than I had to. But what I did was then I put this, you know, after I cut the pieces out, I put it on my scoreboard. Well, actually, no. Before I cut my pieces out, I put the 12 by 12 on my scoreboard. And then I just had it. I have been working kind of hard today. We'll just use a different score too. It's okay. In any event, so once I had that done, I scored it at, this one is at 3.5, so I scored all the way down 3.5. And then this one was 8.5, so I just scored all the way down 8.5. Then I flipped it, and I scored it at 4.5 all the way down. I scored this at 8.5 all the way down. Okay, and then I just cut these pieces out completely, and this one I cut 8 inches. I'm sorry, I cut 4 inches right here, okay, because this folds down like this. So this piece got cut out, this piece got cut out, this piece got cut out, this I left alone. I cut here 4 inches down to 4.5 actually. This is 8 inches, about 8, and it's 8 inches, exactly 8 inches long, okay, to here, because I cut this square out. So then this folds like this, and here, here, up here. Then I went here, and I just scored an inch. So it's at 4 inches. I just went up an inch and I scored it so that it would have this little piece right here so that it would close nicely. Because once you get all your paper decorated on it, I just used any 12 by 12 piece of paper. Okay. This is it's not a real heavy cardstock, but it's cardstock. So, and then, with this one, I just used a plain cardstock, and I covered it with a bunch of different papers. As you can see, it's a lot of patchwork. So, and then it's got a pocket here. It's got a notebook here. And then it's got a place here for a card, you know, a journal card. And it's got a pocket here for a journal card, the one that flips up. It's got a pocket on this side as well. So you've got a pocket here and a pocket here. And then it's got a pocket here. And then same thing on this side, a pocket here. And that's it. Yeah, I think I just decided that was enough pockets. But yeah, so, and then, so then that folds, yeah, I had the other one upside down, I'm sorry. Let's see, yeah, so, anyway, it doesn't really matter. That's how it's going to come out. So, in any event, that's what we're going to do. So I thought I'd come back and show you how I made the rest of it. Now, just because I'm me, and I just wanted to make sure everything was nice and sturdy, when I was done making it, I just took a piece of muslin, you know, and I tore it, and I just glued it along the bottom, just to make sure that everything would stay nice and sturdy when it folded, because, you know, I just want the person to have it for a long time. And this was for the Hope and Joy collaboration by Rach and Bella on Instagram. So, and then I just put a little round, you know, punched and glued together with some cardstock. Put a little rivet there, and that's how I made my brochure. Okay, so we'll do that now. We don't need this anymore. And I decided, since it was Valentine's Day, or close enough to Valentine's Day, I'm going to keep my outside of my cardstock. I'm going to keep the outside the pink. And I think I'll use the pink polka dotted, because I'm just favored to pink polka dots. I'm favored to anything polka dots, and I especially like gingham, so they're my favorite. Excuse me, I'm really hoping to get through this without getting too hoarse, so I just had a sip of my tea. Thank you so much. So what we're going to do first is I pulled out some papers, and these little tags are from Lily Fee, the Paper Witch, on Etsy.com. And she also does, she has a YouTube channel. And she's great. She's fabulous. I just love her. I have some flowers, fussy cut flowers here. These are hers as well that I thought I might decorate with. I did not shrink them down, so I likely might not use them, but this is the regular size they come in. And then these are Lily Fee, the paper craft. Lily Fee, the paper witch. These are her tags. And these are some tags, embroidery tags, and I'm not remembering who I got these from. But I can let you know. I'm not even going to say. I was just going to say I think, but then I don't want to do that. So I'll let you know. And I already backed them on some avocado stain paper because I'm going to go with a Valentine's theme. And then these papers, this is a collection by Liz, the paper crafter. And I love her channel. And she is on YouTube. She has a website. Her papers are darling. I have a lot of them. And this is her Valentine collection, or part of her Valentine collection. It is not the whole Valentine collection, but we've got these polka dots with this really pretty, I don't know if you can see that, but it's like metallic. And when you print it, it's metallic. I don't know how she did it, but she does. And then we have the Love and Hearts. And then this heart paper, which I just love. It's pink and it's got a gold. And the gold, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's almost a metallic as well. So you can go over to her, and if you like that, I'll put her information below as well. Again, that's Liz, the paper crafter. And she has a great channel, so you might want to join her channel as well. And she's on YouTube. So, well, let's begin. So what I did first was I covered the outside. But like I said, I'm not going to cover the outside fully. I do have to cover some of it actually now that I think about it, because I have to put this pocket in. So, you know, in order to get this pocket, I have to have something on both sides of this. So a lot of this is going to get covered now that I think about it. This piece here can probably stay. So this piece, this is the back. Okay, we're on the back right now. So I'm going to flip this over and see exactly what we have to do here. So let's see. I want a pocket here and a pocket here and a pocket here. And this is fine. We can leave this by itself. So this whole thing does not have to be covered, but this, and this does. So I'm going to choose a paper, and I am going to cut it down to that size. I think I will use that for now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just flip this back over. That's my double-sided piece. I don't need that. Sometimes I will do it on a double-sided. So since I'm going to need a pocket here and a pocket here, I am just going to cover that entire piece. Okay? And I'm not going to measure it. I'm going to glue it right to it, and then I'll cut around it. It's, you know, it's just the easiest way to do it for me, and probably for you as well. So what we're going to do is, now remember, these are pockets, so we're not going to cover the whole thing. We're only going to cover, we're going to have a slide here. So you know what I think I'm going to do? Before I glue it down, I'm going to cut it. because that way I can do my thumb notches and I'll know where to glue it. Okay, and I'll just use my knife because that will be the easiest. I'll just put it up against here. Looks good. Oh, wait a minute. Do I need something on that side too? I do. Let me see if I can fit this whole thing on here. Or at least as much as I can. I cannot. So, I'm just going to fold it. This is the problem I had when I made it. I didn't have any waste. As you can see, I made kind of a patchwork out of it. So I didn't really have any waste. And you won't either, depending on the paper that you use. So then I just, I'll cut this down here. And then I'll make sure that this is lined up over here. And I am just so praying that this comes out right. I did get my new holder for my iPad just in case. But it just came, believe it or not, at 9:45 this evening. So I couldn't take this earlier. So when somebody told me what to do to try and remedy the situation with my phone, and that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm hoping that that works. It did work in my test, but I didn't do the whole video. So then, since we're going to want, let's see. Okay, so we've got those two pockets done. And we're gonna want a, let's see, just trying to see here. We're gonna want a thumb notch in here so that we have a little pocket there. But actually the thumb notch is gonna be on this side, okay? And don't worry about my pencil marks. Those are, I'll worry about those later. I can erase those or cover them up or whatever I want to do. So what I'm going to do is just make sure, I hope I cut this right. So let's see. We're going to have a thumb notch. Sorry about that. We're going to have a thumb notch down. We're gonna have a thumb notch here. We're gonna have a thumb notch here. So I'm gonna do that. Well, let's see if I can glue it on first so that it's even. And we just want to glue the edges. Okay. I'm going to leave this under here so that you can see it better. So I'm going to take my glue. And just make sure you go just along the edge so that you keep enough space for your ephemera or embellishment to go inside the pocket. This is our glitter glue because it dries fast and secure. You can use score tape. Now remember, this is a pocket, so you don't want to glue here. You don't want to glue up there. So you're going to glue along here. And then you're going to glue, not right at the fold, but pretty much at the fold. And I just thought of something. I should have made this I should have made this the inside because it didn't have any pencil marks on it, but that's okay. I'm sorry I'm going so slow. I just like to keep a nice straight line and as close to the edge as I can to keep that real estate that I have right here. And we'll just take a little bit of that off. And we'll place that right on top because this isn't the most forgiving glue in the whole world. And then just do that. I don't have this right at, I mean, it's pretty much close to the fold line, but not right on the fold line. Well, I guess it is. It doesn't matter. It's going up this way anyway. So, there you go. So you just want to do those two edges right there and right here. And then I'm going to put my thumb notches in just so that I remember now not to glue that. And you can make these as big or as small as you want. I'm sorry, that was just my scoreboard. Excuse me, I have allergies or a cold coming on or something, I'm not sure. Let me just make sure I'm doing this correctly. Okay, so I want a thumb notch here. It doesn't want to go in, sorry. And just center it. I'm just eyeballing it, but it looks pretty centered to me. And there's that first one. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And this is just copy paper. It's, I think, 28 pounds. Maybe it, no. It could be. I'm really not sure what the weight is of this paper. And this is just a piece of cardstock out of my stash. It's actually very old because it said Stampin' Up on it. And I haven't done anything with Stampin' Up in at least 20 years. So I don't throw anything away. I did give away a lot of things, but I kept a lot of paper. Thank you. So glad I did. Okay, so that part's done. And then, okay, so that's the top. That goes down like this. So we want to cover, you can pretty much cover anything you want. I want a pocket on this side. So I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to do this. And I think I want to leave, for this one, I think I'm going to leave the top open. So again, I'm just going to take this piece of paper and I'm going to line it up as best as I can. Like that. Let's go a little bit over that just because, to be safe that it fits. Okay? And then I'll just take my knife and cut that to fit that. And I am actually going to cut two of these because I want one on this side as well. I'm hoping this one will fit this side. Which I think it will. Yes, it will. And you can, I might even do something different on the inside. I think I will. So I'm going to make my thumb notch for this one. So I have one here. I have one here. I'm going to make my thumb notch for this one this way. Okay. So like this. Make my thumb notch here on this side. So I want to glue a U. I hope everybody had a great day. It's chilly here in Southwest Florida, believe it or not. I know I'll probably get a lot of flack for that, for those of you in the Northeast, because you've got a big nor'easter coming. And I know because I have, my wonderful nephew is in the Northeast, and my daughter is in Vermont. One of my best friends, Alora, she's in the Northeast. She lives in Vermont and Canada, actually. Her daughter lives in Vermont. So yeah, I keep my eye on the weather there. My brother's there. My parents are there. So I don't know if it's just going to be a nor'easter in the Cape Cod, Boston, Massachusetts area, or if it will go straight up into Vermont and Maine, or along the coast, or I'm not sure where it's headed. I just thought that it was. So I want a pocket here, but I also want one here. So, but I'm going to change up my paper only because I can, and so can you. So we want to cut this the same. And this is really easy. And you could use up your scraps so easily. It's very early in the season for Valentine. Well, not really. Actually, it's getting late. I have some great videos coming up. I'm going to actually be working on a journal. If any of you are interested, I'll be doing probably a lot of the ephemera first. And embellishments, different types of pockets and waterfalls for it first, and then the pages, and then the cover, and what have you. So I'm excited about that. I'll be using a new kit. And I'm also going to need, let's see, pocket there, and do one here. So I'm going to make another U. And I want, because that's going to be, this is, you know, we're going to have, let me just do that now so I know where that little U is going to be. You know, where you, I'm sorry, where your notch is going to be. You can just eyeball it. I hope I'm in frame. So there you go. This is going to be a little bit long, but you can trim it. Okay? It might be a little bit long. I'm not sure. You just don't want to go past this fold because you'll compromise it and it will bend. So you just want to make sure that, you know, if you're long, you want to be long at the top because you can trim that. Down here, not so much. So, again, take my glue. Go here. I hope this isn't too confusing. Like I said, there's just so many of my items that I make. Unless I get an idea from somebody, I really don't have measurements or anything. I know better now to start when I make things, to start doing measurements, because this is the second time that person has asked, and I've had to kind of go back and recreate it and measure it and stuff. I don't mind doing that at all, but it'll just be easier if I have all the measurements written down. And this is a great little wallet. It's very cute, and it definitely fits in an envelope. So you could send this for Happy Meal for sure, or as a gift to somebody. My glue's not coming out. Not sure why. I live in Florida. I had to move my glue from my closet, which is on an outside wall in here. I moved my glue because it just seemed to start getting thick. So I can't imagine what it's like in the colder states. So this is going to go, since it's going to open and fold that way, I'll put it so that it goes this way. Here, here, here. Whoops. And I have a little tip for you, for those of you that don't know already, because I have mentioned it to several people. If you want to remove your glue, the other night I was really tired and I didn't have the energy to clean up. And I came in the next morning and I took my antibacterial, which I get at the dollar store, in a big container, and then I just put it in this container. It removes glue from your mat, your glass, your tabletop. It removes stain, ink. It removes everything. So that's just a little tip for you, and it could save you on your baby wipes, because at the Dollar Tree you get a container that's twice this size for $1. I don't have it in here actually, or else I'd show it to you, but that's just a little tip. So I'm going to put a little, well, before I do that, I'm just going to trim this up a little bit, because it is, as you can see, it's a little bit long. So I'm just going to snip that. And it's coming together, as you can see. It's basically just covering it and deciding where you want your items. Make sure your paper is dry before you start snipping away, because if you don't, it's just going to kind of crumple up on you, and it won't look pretty. So there. And I'm also going to have a pocket on this side, so I'll do that now. I just want to kind of make it in the right place here, in the same place, which it doesn't really matter, but there we go. And I'm just going to take my eraser, because I had some pencil there. I'm just going to erase that. Now, if you were using a piece of paper and it didn't have a double side on it, like this one does, you could just, where your thumb notches are, you could just put something there, you know, like I could take this paper and just take a strip and put it there. And same thing on this side. Take a strip and just put it there. That's what I did on my other one that I made. But since this was double-sided, I don't have to do that. Okay? And I can see it needs to be trimmed up just a smidge. Like barely, but it does need to be trimmed up there. And I can see that it needs to be just a hair right there. Okay, so you can see it's coming together. So now I want to put my fold this up and see where I'm at, okay? So I need to put I'm going to put a pocket here and a pocket here too. Why not? And I'm going to use my polka dotted paper. I'm going to try and get this strip in here because I really like it, unless I actually might use it for that. So I'll use the love paper again. Now this one you can cut straight down because you have that long piece left over. I don't want to make this too long, this video. I'm really trying hard to learn how to make my videos so that they're not real long. Again, just make sure that, you know, when you cut it, it's just going to go right to that fold line. I mean, if it comes up a little bit taller, it's fine. You can trim it. I need, oh, wait a minute. Yeah. And you can decorate this, I mean, any way you want. You could put lace on it. You could do anything. I mean, for Valentine's Day, I really think I may go to town on it. Not obviously on video, but I may put lace, you know, and things like that. Definitely some sentiments and words, because that's what I do. Always add words and sentiments. And labels. I love labels. And I have not fussy cut any hearts yet, and I think I may have just, I hope I didn't. No, I didn't. It's still fine. I thought I'd get too close. So I'm going to cut this to the fold. I'm not going to glue this on and then fold it because it will leave a funny crease. It just won't look as nice if you do that. Okay, so I will cut this like this, but then I'm going to cut it where that crease is. Because I just don't, you know, I don't want that when I fold it. I don't want to see the fold on the inside. I want to make it look like it's all, you know, different pieces. And it's better for the paper. It doesn't, you know, it's going to open and close, open and close, open and close. You don't want your paper tearing. There we go on that one. And then I'm just going to take a pencil. I can see where my fold is. You can't because it's on video, but I might be able to bring it down a little bit more. Sorry if I just made you dizzy. But I'm just going to put my pencil mark right where that fold is so that I know where I'm cutting. Make sure it's straight. Because these aren't the same size. These are two different sizes. So this is going to go like this. And this is going to go like this. So it's going to fold like this. So I already have a thumb notch here. I'm going to put a thumb notch here. And I'm going to put a thumb notch at the top here. So I want to glue like this. I just love this paper. Liz is just so sweet, and she makes the greatest digitals. And Lily, the Paper Witch, we just recently met. I had actually purchased something on her Etsy site that I needed, and it happened to have popped up. And then we met on Facebook. And then, yeah, we've grown to be friends. It's nice. Her name is Daniela. She's from Italy. She has some great videos, even if you can't speak Italian. Oh, I know. You know where I met her? The first time I met her. Does that one go on there or there? This one goes on here. The first time I met her was during Rach and Bella's Christmas. Rach and Bella's Christmas A to Z. That's the first time I met her. And that's when I joined her Facebook group. So, yeah. She's very sweet. And she has a lot of cute digitals and some adorable videos. So, let me just take my paper towel with my glue remover and get that off so it doesn't get on my paper. And I am going to put a thumb notch up here. Let's see. Yep. So this is going to fold like this. Has a thumb notch here, so I'm putting a thumb notch here. I don't even know what size this is, otherwise I'd tell you. And I just want to make sure it cuts it right, so I'm just going to empty out my little thing here. And I don't throw these away. I use them in collage. So I always just put them in my dish. I decorate with them. I use them in collage. I never ever throw my little cat circles away. So I'm just going to put a thumb notch in here, try to center it. I'm sorry. I hope I'm in frame. I always pull out of frame and I'm so sorry, especially when I'm doing something like this. And I don't think I'm centered. There. I should have probably waited until the glue dried, but I don't want to keep you all night. Or all day, depending on where you are and when you're going to be watching this. Sure glad you stopped by. So there, yeah, so there we go. We have a pocket on this side, and we have a little pocket on this side. We have a pocket on this side. And now we are going to put our other piece here. And I think what we'll do is put a pocket this way. So we'll glue this way. Let's see. Yeah, we'll put a pocket up here. We don't want to put a pocket here because that's on the fold. Okay, so we're going to, yep, we're going to put a pocket at the top. So we're going to glue along this here. But just don't glue right to the bend. As a matter of fact, I think what I'll do is, if you could just give me 1 minute, I'm going to erase this line. Just so that I don't mind if the pink shows at all. And by the way, another tip, if you do happen to get any glue on anything, a white eraser or a rubber eraser will take your glue off. Here we go. And since I'm going to put a pocket here, I'll just erase my pencil line here. And I don't know how long we've been going, but I promise I'll get going here faster. I'll stop talking. So I'm just going to put . along the edge here, along the edge here. But not at the fold, and not directly at the fold here. And just a thin line so that you can, you know, really fit your paper in there good. And I'm actually just going to put my thumb notch in now. And lay it down. Much easier, right? There we go. Let that just dry for a minute. And then, what's my next step? That's my top. That's going to fold down like that. That's going to fold in like this and like this. I'm sorry. This is going to fold. Yeah, here. And then this will fold up. Yeah. So the next thing I want to do is I need a piece of paper. I don't need a piece of paper here, but I do need to erase it. I'm sorry. Let's see. Yeah. So just hold on one second. I just want to erase it because I am going to be using this. Sometimes I'll just use it as a demo, but making some Valentine's things for some of the women in the nursing home that's in the village. So I'm going to be making some Valentine cards, and I just thought that this one I would put tea bags in, and I'll show you that because I tried it and it was really cute. Here's one I made already. So I put some Earl Grey tea in this little bag here, and all it is the size of an ATC card. And then put this, you know, on the little string for the tea bag, which is inside. And then just made a tag here and put a little ladybug with some few little sequins on it. So yeah, so I know the tag likely won't fit in here, but I know that the tea bags will. So I'll do tea bags and like little Valentine cards and things like that. So we've got that done. Now, for this pocket, it's very simple. There we go. That's all I have to do. I don't have to worry about it. Well, I'll take it all off if you don't mind. I'm so sorry. I should have done this before, but I wanted to show you the measurements in case you weren't here yesterday or you couldn't hear me. And I am so praying this is still recording and that everything is fine at my voice and you can hear me. It's terrible. Okay, so there we go. So we're going to put a pocket here, but we're going to put a accordion pocket. So I think that's what I'll use this paper for. And to make an accordion pocket, all we're going to do is we need to make sure that this piece, this is the accordion pocket that I'm talking about, okay? So we want to make sure that it's not going to be compromised when we fold it. So it's going to be shorter. Okay, so I am going to cut it right here. Make sure it's straight. and just cut it. Now, when you go ahead and bring it over, I still have some pencil and glue there, but I'll get it off later, I suppose. There. Oh, if you're going to ink, you want to do all of your inking to this first. And then, you know, you can go ahead and ink around, you know, wherever you want to ink after. I may ink this with some pink, Victorian pink, I'm not sure. I may use some gold wax. I just don't know yet. So that's why I haven't inked or anything yet. So here's the pocket. We want to see where our fold is, which is right there. Now see how it does not come, all the way to here. And it doesn't come all the way to there. Okay. So what we're going to do is, oh, you know what? That's why I double-sided the other one. So it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I double-sided the other one because, as you can see, when you open it, I like the look of the inside of this one better than this one. So actually what I could do is, I don't know if that would work. No. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my double-sided piece because I did print a double-sided piece. Now you want 2 of these, okay? So go ahead and you could use, you know, 2 different ones. You could use 2 of the same. It doesn't matter. You know, the only thing that's stopping you is your imagination. So you need 2, okay? This one will fold in half. Make sure it's even. And these pockets are really fun to make and very easy. Very easy. Okay? So I'm going to use that. And then this one might be too narrow. It is. So I am going to go ahead and use this one as well. So I will fold this one in half. Now I'm going to have to cut the tops because they're going to be too long this way. And I really think that looks cute anyway. And there's 2 pieces we have that are folded in half. Okay, so you need 2 pieces folded in half, and you just want a smidge so that you can close this and you can close this. Okay, now I know I have to cut it where, you know, below my fold here. This is the top. Okay, it's going to come down. So I am going to cut my paper. Just make a pencil mark. Actually, I think I'll just take my ruler. Now what I did was I pulled this up from here because that's where we're going to glue it. We're going to glue it to this fold or at that fold. So I just pulled it up a little bit so that I could cut it. And I'll just rub that along my ruler so that I know that I'm going to cut it straight. And I'm going to leave enough room for this to fold down. There we go. I just want to make sure this is straight. And do one at a time. And you could use vellum tracing paper, you know, so you can see through your pockets if you'd like. So there we have our first one. And I cut that wrong. No, I didn't. Okay, so we have our first one here. And I'm just going to, again, just make sure I folded this straight. And I am going to make sure it folds, yes. It's so different when you're on camera. It really is, because when you're home and you're crafting, you can talk to yourself, you can, you know, you can make mistakes, but when you're on camera, boy, I forget words. I'm getting used to it, and I really enjoy it because I just enjoy people. And there's my second one. So here we go with the pocket. What you want to do is you want your two pockets to be facing, and I don't know why that's longer. Let me just make sure that's going to close. It is. So I'm going to put this one in the back and this one in the front because I cut it longer and I like the way it looks actually. It's not going to compromise it at all. So you want to take your two pockets like this. Actually, I'm going to have to cut that because it's not straight. No wonder why. Okay, not a problem. Put this out of the way so that you're not confused. Put my pin back in my glue because it just dries really fast, as you know. Okay, so you're going to take your two folded pieces, in case you've never done this pocket before. You're going to take your two folded pieces, okay? And I'm putting mine like this. And you're going to, see where your fold is right here? Just above that fold, you're going to place your paper. So it's even with your paper here, and you have the edge here and an edge here because your edges are still the same up there, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to run your glue, and I'm just going to use this glue if you don't mind. This is just Fabri-Tac, and this is what I'm used to. So here's your middle, and you're going to run a line all the way down and across the middle of that piece you folded in half, okay? And then you're going to take that and you're going to fold it up, and then just give it a press. Make sure it's not, where's my paper towel? Make sure there's no glue up there. And just give it a press. And you know, with this glue, you can kind of tell when it dries because it's not cold anymore. And it dries really fast anyway. Then you're going to take it and you're going to lift it up like that. And you're going to run it again straight down over this folded piece. So we're going to run it down over this folded piece in the middle, like that, okay? And then we're going to fold it up and we're going to place it right there, okay? And one more time, we're going to take our glue right down the middle. I think I just did that wrong. I did. You're not supposed to put glue here. So take that off. Do not put glue on this part. Okay? That does not get glued. All you're going to do is you're going to glue this piece, this pocket in the middle, and this pocket in the middle. You are not going to glue here. Okay? That was an error. I'm sorry. I hadn't done this pocket in a little bit. So I'm just going to take this glue off. So I'll go over that again. I am really sorry about that. It's late. No excuse, but yeah. I'm glad I caught that when I did. I might have been right, but I don't think so. I know I wasn't. And in case you're wondering, I have a trash right below me. I'm not putting this on the floor. Okay, so you have, did I do this right? Yes, I did. Okay, so you've glued this center to here, okay? And then you've gone down. You've gone all the way down to your second piece and folded it up, and then you folded up this piece for the middle as well. Then all you're going to do is you're going to glue the only pieces you're going to glue together so that it opens correctly is you're going to glue this piece to this piece. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I did need another one. That's correct. 1, 2, 3. 1. Yes, that's right. Okay. So you're just going to glue, I'm really sorry. You're going to glue these two, okay? This side and this side. Then you're going to bring this up and you're going to glue this side to this side. Okay? If that makes sense. Yes. So, with a skiff of glue on the edge, again, just run it down the edge. Same on this side, run it down the edge. Lift it up. Okay? So all you've done is you've glued this and this. And now we're going to do the same thing here and here. And I am very sorry if I've confused you in any way. And I will do this over and over and over if you leave me a comment. I don't mind. Lift it up. Move any glue that ooks out. And then when you open your pocket, that's what you're going to get. Okay? So just make sure no glue gets on your edges here or here. Same thing with here and here. And what I did was I kind of just do this. And just make sure nothing else is glued to anything, to each other. Make sure there's no glue behind there. Because it can seep out. We all know that. We're not gluing this to this. We're only gluing the middle of the first piece, the middle of the second piece to this piece. We are not gluing the middle of this piece because if you do, it won't open. Does that make sense? And if you double side this, then it's going to look like that. But that doesn't bother me at all. If I was going to put a little punch there or something, it might, but it really doesn't. It's going to be full of teeth or some cards or something. The last step is, I don't think I'm going to cover this up. I think I'll just leave it plain for now because we don't need to do that right now. We'll just do the notebook and then we'll be done and you can be on your way. So what I do, only because I like it, because I like the look, is I emboss paper ahead of time. Like I have probably 20 different sheets of different kinds of embossed paper. And I have it in pinks and blues and yellows, pale yellows, you know, a lot of different pale colors because that's what that's what I use. But you could use, oh, and I have tea stained embossed paper. So I just pulled this out because this is going to be my cover of my notebook, which is going to go right here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see where that fold line is. And then I'm going to fold this in half because this is going to be the back of my notebook. Okay? If that makes sense. And let me just make sure I'm in frame. So I'm just folding this to there because that's the size of my notebook. And I just want to make sure I'm not at the fold. I'm not. And just fold it across. Just make sure, you know, the side is even here so that you have a nice even line. And this is going to crack on you, but it's okay because it is. It's just okay. Trust me. So, because you're not sewing this in or anything. You can, but you're not. You don't have to. It's a little bit high, but I can trim it. So now what I'm going to do is turn it over. Make sure I'm not directly on my fold. Okay? And I'm just going to trim it. I want to trim it short because I don't want it directly, you know, side to side. But I just pulled it a little bit. And I don't know if my knife will work on this, but I'm going to sure give it a try. I love embossed paper. I use it on everything. I just think it really gives everything such a nice look. The embossed folder I used on this is called Wallpaper, and it's Sizzix, and it's really old. I don't know if you can still get it, but you can look it up. All I know is it's called Wallpaper because that's what it said on the outside of the embossing folder when I bought it at a tag sale for 10 cents. Okay, so see how it's a little bit long here? I'm just going to cut that with some scissors if I can find them. Okay, that's the cover of my notebook. Done. And then all you want to do is decide what you want for your front or back or top or bottom. Now I want the raised side up, so I am turning this back inside out. And like I said, don't worry about, you know, it cracking or anything because it really gives it some character and, you know, whatever. And if you don't like that, you can use regular paper. And you're going to decorate it anyway. So, and then for my inside papers, I'm just going to take some pink, of course, paper, and let's see. I think I'm going to use, typically what I would use is a piece of tracing paper that I copied, but I don't have any. So I'll just use this. And let's see, how many pieces can I get out of here? Well, why don't I do this? Here we go. So I can get 2 here. And then you can still use the smaller pieces for, you definitely, well, I use a heavyweight paper when I stain paper. So this is a little bit heavy. I'm going to have to use my bone folder to fold that. I'm sure my bone folder is right beside me. And I am going to take one more and take one more sip of tea, please. Thank you. Thank you so much. So there's one piece. You all know how to make a notebook. I'm not showing you anything that's rocket science. For now, I'm still going to use these 2 end pieces. I don't know if they measure half or not, but I'm going to use them. So I'm even going to use those little slivers. Use this whole piece. Okay? I just want to make it shorter. Let's stick those in there. Excuse me. Oh dear, I really hope I'm not getting a cold. It's allergies. It is pollen season down here already, so even though it's a little chilly. And I'm going to make this a little shorter, so I'm going to pull this out. And I'm just going to pull this down a little bit so that my papers are inside and not outside. So I don't have a lot of room down here. Otherwise, I just leave them alone. I could have used my cutter, but then I would have had to bring it up on the table. I don't have a lot of space on the desk, but it's enough space. So, there we go. And then all we're going to do is put our paper in here how we want it. And like I said, you could use tea-dyed, you could use, you know, anything you want. And then decide how you're going to put it in. I'm putting mine in like this. And I'm actually going to use anything else I have here that's folded. I'll use these, likely I'll use these pieces to make tags and things like that. And same thing with my little slivers that I have left over. And I'll show you what I have left over after I've covered everything. So far that's what I have left over from cutting my papers. Okay, So that's what I have left over so far. I have this little cutie as well. So actually, might be able to put that in there. We'll see. So then all you're going to do is, if you have a sewing machine, on your longest stitch, just take one of your, I use my paper clips. I use my big ones, and I just take it and I paper clip it like this. And then on my longest straight stitch, I'll stitch it down this way. If you don't have a sewing machine, then that's okay. I'll show you a different way we can do it, which is the way we'll do it today. Because a lot of people don't sew and a lot of people don't have sewing machines. I just want to make sure that this pink fits, and it doesn't, so I'm going to have to trim that a little bit more. I'm just going to pull it down a little bit. Here we go. Now all you're going to do is, let's see, what's I doing on this side? All you're going to do is take your cover and you can put as many pieces of paper in here as you want. You don't want to put too many. It's just a little notebook. So you want to run your glue along the top, because this is for people, even if you do have a sewing machine, I would definitely glue this top anyway. Well, you're going to have to in order for it to stay in after you sew it. So anyway, just put the glue along whatever you decide your cover to your notebook is going to be. And I'm so sorry I don't have my stained vellum here. It really looks pretty. And it makes a nice crunchy sound. And then just make sure it's going to fold up, which it will. You don't want it on the fold. And I'm just going to give this a second to dry before I start adding my pages. Okay? So then what I'm going to do is, right along here, the very, very top, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to line it up to that. And then I'm going to I'm pretty sure that's stuck to all of them. So yeah, that's all you have to do. And then this inside piece, you're going to have to glue that again. Just along the top, right at the crease. Like pretty much on that fold. And then stick this right here. Lift it up. Take this one out. Again, this is for people who don't have sewing machines or don't want to sew. You could hand stitch it. That would look pretty. Right along that edge. And then fold it over. I think that's the last piece. No, I think I have one more. Nope. They're all glued together. So then all I'm going to do is just kind of go around and make it, you know, even. Because, you know, once you fold papers and stuff like that, it gets uneven and what have you. So I'm just going to go around and just even up, you know, this little piece. And I'll probably leave that piece alone because it's fine. And there you go. There's your little notebook. And then all you're going to do is the same thing in here, only you're not going to go right to the edge. You're actually going to go below it. Okay? So you want to glue it right about here on this last back page. Not on all the pages, just on this last back page. So just go below it. Don't go too, don't go along, do not go along the fold. Just go below it. And then go to the fold. Okay? And there's your notebook. And it's below the fold, so it's not going to compromise it in any way. And there's your pages. All just go ahead and put your fingernail up there because, or whatever, because it's should open okay. There's your next page. Go ahead and lift that up. Fold it up. Same thing with this one. I actually must have gotten a little bit off of the, you know, that right along that fold. I probably should have used the other glue. It doesn't matter. And there you go. That's your notebook. If you don't have a sewing machine, that's how you can put it in. And it will stay forever. And that's that. And let's see. I'm just going to erase this. I'm not going to decorate this right now on camera, so I don't even know why I'm bothering erasing it. So I'm not going to erase it right now. You can decorate that, okay? So here we go. Let's recap. We have, let me find something to put in there. Here we go. We have, okay, so let's just fold it up. I'm sorry. Here's your pockets on the inside. Okay, and they can fit, I have something over here I can show you. I have a tea bag. So that could fit a tea bag in there very nicely. It can actually fit an ATC size card in there. Okay, so you have a pocket here. Open it up, and you have another pocket here. Oh. Okay, which again would fit another tea bag or tag. You have another pocket here, same thing, tea bag or tag. You have another pocket on this side, tea bag, couple of tea bags, tags. And then, like I said, you have a pocket here. And then you have a notebook here, which, you know, I'm going to obviously take some tags or what have you and decorate that. You know, I have these here, so I'll likely, you know, decorate it and, you know, put something on it. But I'm not going to do that now because I've kept you long enough. So, yeah, we'll just stick a bunch of these in so you can see how many pockets we have. pocket here. We have a pocket here. And then we have a pocket here. And then we have 2 pockets here. Let me see if I have something else. This is an ATC size card, so a journaling card would fit very, very nicely in there. Okay. And then we're going to just fold it up. Oh, and we have a pocket here. Just put that there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 pockets and a notebook. If you wanted to, you could put a little pocket back here to hold little tags or what have you. And then when you fold it up, you're just going to fold this down. I'm going to pull these out, obviously, because I can't close it with those in there. So you're going to fold this down, and it looks like this. You're going to fold this up, fold this over. No, I'm sorry. You're going to fold this over. You're going to fold this up like this, and then you're going to close it like this. And you're going to put your little round circle there, which I will show you real quick with one of my half circles. Let me just punch a circle for you so that you can see how to do that. And I will use just some of this for now. If you're going to use paper, just make sure that you use several sheets or glue it onto cardstock because you want it to be sturdy, okay? So if I'm doing something that I'm gonna see, you know, that I'm gonna use, I want to punch it. I want to be able to see where I'm punching it, so I like that there. And then, oh, you know what? We have this X's and O's, but it looks really cute. And I know I have an X's and O's piece somewhere. Yep. So we'll just stick this in here. It got stuck. I love that. That really looks cute. I like that. So we'll do another one over here. Yeah, so that's all you'll do. And because it's paper, I would likely put this on, I don't need that. I would likely put this on some cardstock. Just make sure that, you know, your front and your back look, you know, you don't want the back white because it might show. And then all you're going to do is you're going to put this here with a brad after you glue it. And it's going to be inside your notebook, so you're not going to see it. I'm sorry, wrong place. You're going to put it up here. Okay, so it will go up here. You'll put your brad through, and then you'll put your string around it, whatever you're going to use, baker's twine, ribbon, lace, anything. You can use anything for that. And instead of me doing it, I'll just show you, okay? So it's all folded. This folds down like this. This is where you're going to put your circle. It's going to be right here on the top. I just wrapped it around and pulled, you know, made a knot behind here. And then you just wrap it around like this, and down like that. And there you go. And that's it. That's all I did. And like I said, I did put this on as just, because opening, closing. And it is, it gets heavy once you get it full. And I do have a lot of pages in here, in my notebook. I did put a top on my notebook. You don't have to. You don't have to do that part. I think it just is fine just the way that it is. You don't, unless you wanted to. It's up to you. If you wanted to put a top on that. I'm going to decorate it because I just think it looks very Valentine. So, there you go. And there's that little cutie. And that's it. I hope you all enjoyed that video. And I'm sorry it took so long for me to get that up. And I'm just going to pray and hope that my voice stayed and I wasn't too loud or too chatty. I really pray that you all have a safe and wonderful rest of the week. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video as I start a couple of more projects. So be safe, stay well, and God bless. And thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe, please, and leave a comment. It really means a lot to me. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you. Bye-bye.